welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Monday. Barnes, Tony, and Dan, once again, the weekend that was. What's going on, fellas?
Dude, not much. Happy to be back inside the studio here on this nice Monday. A lot going on, obviously, to recap in the sports world, but obviously, like, from the DTV world, dude. I mean, what a great weekend we had. Honestly, Friday, Sirius XM, Bar A, Chris Russo, the Sportsport. That was sick, dude. I mean, like, we were even just, reminiscing about it before the show, like the heat, the absolute just like craziness of the whole day, dude. Like, really nobody does it better than us, honestly, dude.
Yeah.
Like, pushing through, putting on a great show, getting the vlog out there, slamming down the interviews, and having a great time, dude. Really, no one else, puts out a great show like we do, dude.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more, and especially kind of like what you were saying with the interviews and stuff, because at one point it seemed like, oh, are we even going to get it? The heat, and then not knowing the schedule with Dog, how he ended up only doing, an hour. So that the fact that he was available, and the obviously classic interviews from Dog and Steve Torrey.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was just a great time. And I don't know about you. Obviously, parted ways with you on Friday, but I am still completely exhausted from the weekend. How do you feel?
Yeah, dude. No, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, we did not, just like you, dude, we didn't really stop.
And going.
And it was going, and and obviously you're at home, the cooking, it takes a toll, dude. So yeah, definitely the lack of sleep. Hopefully we'll get some recovery done on Monday, though, dude.
Yeah, and I was telling you, I mean, I got a solid 8 hours last night, and I'm still shot, still sore. I mean, I did get to my coffee late. I mean, we're only not even halfway down on the Tiffany's right now, so maybe once that is fully processed, we'll be good. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun, a lot to recap, and just a big time in sports right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
What did you think of everything, Dan? Bar A, Dog, all that. What did you think?
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
It was my first time on Staten Island. It was great. A shout out.
You noticed that, by the way, Tony trained you because you said on Staten Island, because he would have a conniption if you said.
There we go, dude.
But continue.
Okay. Shout out to Tony's parents. Great food. Really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Bar A was really nice. First time there too. I mean, just that Mad Dog is a little washed, like, especially for my generation. But otherwise, like, it was all cool. Food was good there. And then went up to Lake George overnight Saturday. So I think I got a little more sleep than the both of you overall, but just as busy of a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it definitely action-packed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot going on, a lot to talk about. But I do see, before we get started here, we did get a slew, Tony, of comments.
Yeah, that is for sure, dude. So let's start from the tippy top here. Michael Bugton says, what a grand old time in Westerly yesterday. Cousin's baby shower. Glad you had a good time.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, I'm glad that somebody enjoyed it, dude. He says, talking some smack about the Warriors and Celtics, drinking a few beers, rested, then played with the cousins. 2.5-year-old niece, he says, great time. And then he said that there's a 77-year-old weirdo smoking cigarettes there, talking smack about Luka and the Lakers, but not to worry. I told him off. I was going at it with him. I can see that, dude. Probably getting physical. People probably push him apart and stuff, separate them. My mother says, hi, fellas. Obviously, thank you, Mom, for a great weekend, obviously, as well, dude. Slammed it, obviously. Slam dunk Saturday, the Manor House. Great job. Met up with my aunt, cousin. Oh my god, dude, it was a great time. And obviously Sunday, I got the stuffed burger, dude.
Stuffed burger, okay.
Absolutely amazing. I still have some left over because we were so full. Because the apps include, first of all, we had pizza there, and it was probably like the best pizza they've ever served there. Which was, I don't know what they were doing or what they changed, but it was fire. Wings, salad, the galamad, burrata. Oh my god, dude, it was ridiculous. Starving right now. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Michael Buckta here also says, can't wait for Sunday, the graduation party, August 3rd, right?
Yeah, I can believe, like, that's crazy how quick that came.
It's on your calendar, dude. Like, it's on the fridge, the calendar.
Bars!
And then Josh B says, yo, what's good, fam? DTV the GOAT. Shout out to Josh B and the TCA, dude, too, for showing up
early, often. I think he beat us there.
Yeah, probably, dude. I mean, obviously, yearning to hang out with the boys. But obviously, it was good to have them there for my birthday, the gifts.
Yes.
Yak, shout out to him, dude.
Yes.
And obviously they were great help. Great help as well. Says also always appreciate Ernie, who has missed a lot, says yeah. And shout out to the guys. Appreciate the review from Barnes. Let's effing go Yankees,
Let's go, Ernie.
Dude.
Let's go.
Buck, talking about a midnight workout with Ernie. I don't know. And then Ernie says, you lost me at gym. Buck, too hurt to work out. And then how about we convert Tony Pony Yankees fan? No fucking shot. Michael Buckta. Still, by the way, Citi Field, YouTube profile photo. Great job, dude. Great job. And then he says we can trade for JD.
That's what I was talking to you about.
There we go.
The little back and forth there in the group chat. Kind of funny. But listen, you know what I mean? It's like everybody has their allegiances.
That's right.
And that's just how it is, you know?
Yeah.
We'll dive more into that.
Yes, dude. I mean, we can take a deep dive today if you want, but I mean, I don't really see either of us switching around, dude.
No, not that. I'm just talking about just the state of things right now. Like, obviously, it's been a little bit of a rough go of the Yankees.
Right.
Of course, got the win yesterday at least with McMahon. You're not where you need to be, but there's time left to change that. So that's what you got to do. And where you are, I mean, that there's a lot of games left to determine where you're going to end up being at the end of the season.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong there. Let's see, dude. Jay Bird, here we go. Like, comment, subscribe. He says, what's good, DTV? Great weekend. Need to hang out again soon.
Absolutely, Jay.
Unequivocally, dude. And Jay got, the Thursday golf. He got a little extra purchase, so that was nice.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, his weekend started earlier with the DTV stuff, the golf.
You said extra purchase. I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, like, it's like a phrase, Brian. Like, you get a little extra purchase, like,
you
partook more,
in all seriousness, not facetious. Haven't heard that one before. But it's now you know.
Now you
that's
know,
gonna
dude.
Be one that
yes,
that's 100 times
extra purchase,
over the next
dude.
month.
Write that down, all right? And then Jay Bird says Mets been on fire in the Pablo Sanchez era. He says, or he says,
Pablo
relax.
Sanchez?
Pablo Sanchez, the backyard baseball. Did you play backyard baseball? You must have, right?
Sometime, yeah.
I mean, I guess that they had like I don't know if you saw, but there was
okay. But what does that have to do with the Mets?
Well, because backyard. Go ahead.
So, backyard baseball released a new version to play on like PS5, Xbox, so that people can play it again across those platforms. So different teams are having days. Like the Pirates had one. So the Mets had someone dressed up as Pablo Sanchez, like in a costume, be at the Mets game, and they're undefeated since Pablo Sanchez was at Citi Field.
See, why is it always some
gimmick?
Kind of gimmick? I'm sorry, but they do it to themselves.
Yeah, I guess so. Josh B hyped for the golf though, dude, and I know it sounded like he did a lot. I guess he surprised a lot of people. It seemed like right with the golf, dude.
The ball striking from Josh B, unbelievable.
He's good at striking balls, dude.
I mean, but I'm just telling you, like, just solid contact every time, and it wasn't like that the other times that it went out. So it just seems like he really switched things around, and it was kind of funny. I think I was already telling you this, but his boy Will, who was there, like saw me hitting the 5-iron off the tee, and I was telling him how I have a lesson tomorrow, and he's like, I wouldn't pay anybody to what are you switching around? Like you're hitting that 5-iron fine, but it's just the driver want to get it on track. But it was just an all around great time. the four of us, and we'll definitely have to get some golf outing. Get a golf outing of 8. I think we have enough people for 2 foursomes.
Yeah, no, definitely, dude. I mean, I'd be all about that. And then Jay Bird, I guess, clapping back right now to Michael Buckta, who's talking mad shit. He says, Buckta, I'm never relaxing. And he says, the sports, Tony. And then Ernie's saying they were a losing streak for the pride flag. Took Pablo to get them straight again. He says, hey, I see what you did there, LMAO.
I mean, I did get a chuckle, honestly. It was a play on words.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
of course. And then, Michael Buckta's just talking shit now. But that's pretty much it. I think we're all kind of caught up. And Jay Bird says, ha, 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 nothing wrong with pride, Ernie. Oh boy, dude.
Man. So there's going to be a lot of baseball to talk about. Just a quick summary here. The weekend of golf, we saw Kurt Kitayama
Let's go, dude.
Get his second career win at the 3M, 23 under, a one-shot victory over Sam Stevens. So a nice accomplishment there for Kitayama. It kind of played exactly how we expected in terms of player-friendly course, despite the water. You had, if you look at it, the top 3, which there were ties, so 6 golfers with at least 20 under par. So that's how you know the course was player-friendly. And Kitayama, about a consistent 4 days as you can get, 65, 71, 60, 65. Sam Stevens was great in his own right, 62, 68, 66, 66. You read that and you would think that would be enough to get it done, but obviously just being outdone by one there. You had Jake Knapp, who we haven't heard about in a little bit. He finished tied for 3rd at 20 under. Chris Gotterup, continues his impressive run, winning the Scottish, top 10 at the Open, and here he is tied for 10th. At the 3M, so they were talking about it on PGA Tour Radio this morning. Obviously, I'm not listening to DAR with Dan Grassa in, but they were saying that Gotterup making a late run there, for the Ryder Cup. So we'll see if he gets added there. Wyndham Clark also has improved his play recently. We'll see if he sorts out that issue with Oakmont and the locker. But 17 under, tied for 12th. Adam Svensson and Chris Kirk, as well as Mac Meisner, all tied at 16 under par, with Thorben Olsen as well, who had a really good week before 73 on Sunday. Took him out, but started with a 62. So scoring all over the place. Ashke finished tied for 25th, 14 under. Kevin Kisner making the cut again. Hadn't made a cut, I think, or made one cut all season before that top 10 at the Barracuda. He backs it up here, finishing tied for 28th at 13 under. Not sure if he's in the Wyndham field. I'll have to check that out. And then also Joel Damon finished 39th, as well as Max Homa. So scoring all over the board here. And like I said, we'll have the Wyndham, I guess you could say, the last shot at glory here to get into the PGA Tour FedEx Cup playoffs. So we'll obviously talk about that tournament, on Wednesday. But it'll be interesting to see. I think, it'll be maybe one of the stronger fields we've ever had, with them consistently shrinking, the size of the FedEx Cup playoffs. You have more guys looking to get in, and Kisner is in the field there. So that, who knows? It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, sure, he could win this tournament, but what are the chances of that? But just if he's going to continue on the PGA Tour, obviously he has the lead announcer gig, on NBC, but maybe with the strong play, he wants to keep playing golf, but he'll just need to get some sponsors exemptions and get some results. If that's the case, maybe play some fall events. So we'll have to see what happens there. I'm sure tight schedule. So were you
limited? Yeah,
highlights at most, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess you could say highlights at most. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it was just a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a good time for it. I mean, the week after the Open, so it didn't, take away from that at all. And then honestly, I was more pumped instead of the Kitayama win.
Golf. Oh
no. Patrick Harrington winning the Senior Open, 16 under par. So he wins back-to-back majors on the Champions Tour. The World Golf Hall of Famer, second major title of the year. I mean, really impressive what a career Harrington, has put up. 3-shot lead win over Thomas Bjorn and Justin Leonard, who all of a sudden, the 97 Open champ, has started to play some better golf. And I just wanted to see here for Harrington. I know he's won 3 majors on the PGA Tour, 2 Opens and a PGA. But I just wanted to see. So Senior Tour wins now. Let's see. So where is this? So on. Okay, here we go. So that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, so only his actual third senior major championship. So he's got 2 U.S. Senior Opens, and this was his first Senior Open championship. So he joins a list of golfers who have won, both the Open Championship and the Senior Open Championship. So great accomplishment for Harrington. And it's kind of crazy, too, winning that U.S. Senior Open. He's going to be at 3 of the 4 majors next year. The only one he won't be at is the Masters. But just quite a career he's put up, age 53. And he'll look to, win the Charles Schwab Cup. I'm sure he's up there in the standings as well. But you have to be a little pumped for Harrington, Tony, no?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely am. Would you say you got more of the Senior Open this weekend than the 3M Open?
Like watching?
Yeah. More dialed in.
I didn't get I was looking at checking.
Looking more about this. Yeah.
Harrington's at the top.
Yeah, dude.
But that was the extent of it. But I think it's a good accomplishment. And I want to just see if you had to guess, Tony, who would you say the players who have won both the Senior and the Open? How many guys do you think have done that?
The Senior Open and
the Open? Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine. You think of, I don't know. I would imagine those great golfers who win the Open go, Senior Tour, win the Senior Open. I don't know. I would. Long tournament too. How long has the Senior Open been around?
Let me see. They have the wiki page right here. So
wiki.
It has been around since '87, so not wiki.
That long. So not that long. I would say 8 people.
5.
Okay.
Player, Bob Charles, Tom Watson. How about Tom Watson? Ooh. Won 5 Open championships, 3 Senior Opens. And then Darren Clark 3 years ago won the Senior Open, won the Open in 11, and then Harrington 07-08 the Open, and then this year the Senior Open. So
there we go.
Good stuff. Good stuff. That. And I heard rave reviews about the Sunningdale. I guess supposedly that's a really good course. They were talking about that on PGA Tour Radio.
Is that right?
Yeah. So good stuff there. And for now we got the Wyndham this week, so we'll talk about that on Wednesday. But let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So wasn't the weekend we were hoping for the Yankees? A few things to talk about. Obviously, the big news, Judge going on the injured list with the flexor strain. And I guess this is because they said he could have continued to hit, but they want to try to heal this so he could play the outfield, because otherwise Stanton is going to have to play the outfield because there's no other way to get his bat in the lineup. And I thought I heard, right. and I can look more into this, and I don't know if you heard anything about this, Dan, but is the plan to just activate him once the 10 days are up? I thought I heard that yesterday.
Yeah, they're thinking that he'll only need the minimum 10 days missed, and then he'll be back, but it'll just be interesting to see what moves they then make, because are they just going to get rid of Peraza, or are they going to try and trade, add him to a trade just so that they're getting something for him?
I would say add him to a trade because someone will pick him up, and at the same time, I mean, I guess if you can't add him to a trade, that's fine. But it's like he's such a bad hitter, and we just got McMahon, who obviously looks pretty good. So it's like if we end up having to release him, I mean, it's a 180 hitter. It's not like we're releasing Aaron Judge. You know, I mean, I think we'll be okay. So obviously that's a tough blow, but I think it's interesting. It's not to say that, of course, Aaron Judge, you know, isn't the most important player on the Yankees, but I think this is only a 10-day stint. And I think, too, the problem has been defense and pitching, not so much offense. So I think to get through this stretch, and I know the Rays always kind of play us tough. You know, we got 4 games starting tonight with them at home. I think the offense without Judge will still be able to produce enough. I mean, Cody Bellinger, you know, has been unbelievable. And then, you know, I like how Stanton and, you know, Jazz have looked. So I think, you know, we'll be able to get enough offense. And even McMahon already, 3 hits in 2 games with the Yankees. So that's a good sign. It's just the pitching has to do the job. You know, fortunately, they did it yesterday. But I am surprised that they haven't traded for a reliever yet. Maybe that's coming soon. What really caught me off guard, too, was the trade for former Met legend Ahmad Rosario.
Yep.
What do you think the thought process was there, Dan? Why do you think they went out and got Rosario?
I think they see that Oswald Peraza gives you nothing at the plate. And if you're going to have a guy be the backup shortstop, you'd rather have it be a guy that can give you things offensively so that you're okay sitting Volpe for games. And then I do wonder how much of the Judge injury came into it, because the day that they announced that he's feeling something, the day he's scheduled for the MRI is the same day that the trade goes through. I think that it's definitely something they've been working on. So I think the outfield depth and just a true utility guy that you can feel comfortable having in your lineup on any given day was just better for this team. And I like the move. He hasn't played really shortstop this year. He's been mostly third base
or
and
last
second
year,
base.
I guess.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
It says what he played. It looks like 100 games as shortstop, though.
Yeah, he hasn't played shortstop, which is kind of disappointing because I'd love to give Volpe off days because he's shown that he just needs them. But whether it's you're getting Jazz an off day, you're getting McMahon an off day against a tough lefty, it does make the team better, and that I'm excited for.
Well, and also, too, I mean, it seems like I guess it doesn't seem crazy to say this, but part of me, like, just wants to, like, say, like, give Volpe, like, 2 weeks off and just have Rosario start at shortstop. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I know he's not some, like, highly touted player, but I honestly think he would do a better job offensively and defensively than Volpe.
Yeah, I was hoping that when they trade for Ahmed, then you option Volpe, bring up Spencer Jones, there's your 4 outfielders, 4 or 5 outfielders if you want the righty in there. See what Spencer Jones can do in these days leading up to the deadline, so you have an idea of what you should be doing with him, and just give Volpe that reset time that he can use in the minors. And then when Judge comes back, you option Spencer Jones back down, and it makes it a lot easier to move things around. Then when Volpe's ready, you just say, bye, Oswald, Volpe's back.
And I think I was kind of talking about this at Bar A, and I know I've mentioned it, you know, before, but I still feel like even though he's playing well, but it would just give us the space for Spencer, I feel like we should trade Grisham.
I don't know, just because of the fact that like, who's our 4th outfield? Like, our 4th outfielder right now is Ahmed Rosario, and then it's going to be Giancarlo Stanton. Like, we almost need Trent in the lineup more. Like, I trust Trent defensively in center field more than I trust having an outfield of Dominguez, Bellinger, and Stanton.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying Jones. Like, put Jones in the outfield.
I don't know. I just feel it's kind of tough because you don't know.
Can he be an everyday outfielder? Like,
no, he's a really good defender. It just obviously we haven't seen him hit, so we.
Yeah, it's just. I'd rather take Trent, who's having a career year, who we know, than have Spencer Jones come up and then something go bad. Like, if Spencer Jones comes up and then he gets the Tommy John that Dominguez got 2 years ago, then we're really screwed. Whereas if like something else happens and then you bring up Jones, I feel more comfortable just having the pieces.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I guess you know what it is. I'm tired of not tired because I mean I know he just kind of started going off, but it's like I feel like Jones needs to get a look like ASAP.
He definitely needs something. Like he needs to be more acknowledged because the Yankees don't know what they're doing with him. Because up until he was elevated, it was okay. This is the guy that you're probably going to trade. He's going to be the centerpiece of that big trade that makes the major league roster fully contenders. And now it's like you can't afford to trade him almost.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I think too a couple of things. First, I've mentioned this for a while now. But with the Judge, elbow injury. I just feel like, and I know, yes, we got Ben Rice, which I know, we can, come on, dude. I know we can.
Do you want some water? No, like, honestly.
No.
All right.
No, I'm good. No, it seems a little fishy, that's all.
Come on, dude. Ben Rice, you were saying.
No, but I'm saying I just think it's smart. Like, I know it's not going to be this year, but I still think next year, I'm still set on I would like Rice to catch if he's not going to be traded, and I'd like to trade Wells, to be honest. But I think just put Judge at first base. You know what I mean? It's like, why are we even this whole thing we're going through right now?
Judge
is in a situation if Judge is at first base and not in the outfield. I know we have Goldschmidt, so obviously it's not going to be this year. But I just think put him out of harm's way. Why do we want him, diving for balls in the outfield, risking, the random injury could pop up? We saw the thing happen with the toe a couple of years ago. I just feel like there's no reason that we need Judge to be an outfielder. I think he's better served at first base.
Yeah, I mean, are you saying that because he's prone to injury?
Well, I just think it's
because he's a great outfielder. He's probably your best outfielder.
And I don't even think he's really prone to injury. I think a lot of the injuries have been freak injuries.
The best outfielder.
And I just think, but I'm saying with his arm here, it's like, who knows if that lingers?
No, you're not wrong.
So instead of having him blow out his arm, just put him at first, and then it's like I said, and I feel like it's worked out well for Harper. Same thing, Harper played right field.
No, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But I mean, it's not really a solution now.
No, but I think next year it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like a little bit of your problem is that Stanton does kind of clog up your DH spot. At this point, he should be DH. Like this is really what he should do.
Right.
But I mean, I guess kind of like Dan is saying here. I mean, you really can't be having Stanton out in the outfield.
No.
Because you can only play in 4 parks, and it's you either have a really shallow right field like Yankee Stadium, or a really shallow left field like Fenway, and wherever Astros are now. Whatever that's called.
Yeah, Minute Maid. So it's like, I don't know. That's definitely causing a big concern, and obviously I mean, it's obviously worth it to have Stanton at your DH spot, I mean, especially when it does come to the postseason. So,
well, yeah, I think when it comes to the postseason, maneuver it however you want to do. But just going forward for the 2 years that we have Stanton on the roster, I mean, I think, unfortunately, obviously the injuries always seem to pop up. But even if they don't, I think it's fine that he's going to have to sit some games, maybe more games that he would have earlier in his career. That's fine, but I just think we need to have him for the postseason. So however we need to maneuver, that's fine. So and then lastly, I know we kind of touched on this, at Bar A, but at first I'm very pessimistic about the McMahon deal.
Right.
And after 2 games, I feel like I'm thoroughly convinced I was wrong about that, just because I didn't realize what a good defender he was. I mean, he was flashing the letter left and right. I feel like I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about his OPS and his lack of production in Colorado in terms of big numbers. But I just think what he brings defensively, and then I've heard he was in that locker room that he's just kind of an all-in type of player. So far, I mean, it seems like the right move. I mean, you need to have that type of defense at third base, and I feel like we have that in McMahon. And I know it's only been 2 games, but I mean, it does seem like he's a pretty good third baseman.
Yeah, and he was the entire offense yesterday because Dominguez, for whatever reason, didn't score on that double, but that's besides the point. And Yeah, he had the play where there was a runner on first and second, one out. And instead of trying to force it at second, he just immediately knew take it to first base, like throw it to first base, get the out there. So it was just so refreshing to see competence from players that are a player that's experienced, that knows how to play third base.
Yeah, exactly. So, that is a good thing. Obviously, going back a little ways, I mean, the results, Friday and Saturday were nothing short of embarrassing. The pitching letting him down once again, losing 12-5 on Friday, a game that they were in late. But from the 7th to 9th inning, they gave up 10 runs. So, I mean, obviously that wasn't going to work. So the bullpen rearing his ugly head. The big blow, Luke Weaver giving up a 3-run homer there to, JT Realmuto. And then it kind of just went downhill from there. But, I mean, you look at this box score from Friday, the whole box score, you had a starter go 5 2/3, and then you had 4 relievers, and everybody gave up at least 2 runs. I mean, that is absolutely atrocious. You scored 5, which is kind of like an average number, 10 hits. So, I mean, you had some missed opportunities offensively, but those type of bullpen numbers are just not going to get the job done, and that's why, we've been really, point of emphasis-wise here, just that you need to get multiple relievers here. You have a few that you can count on, but you need far more than what you have right now. And it was a shame, too, because I think it marred a decent start from Will Warren. I mean, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Maybe you want to keep that down. But the bullpen just rearing its ugly head. And the same goes for Saturday. More so, Stroman also had his worst start since coming back from the injured list. Didn't make it through 4 innings. Gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 4. So, I mean, that's not going to get the job done. And then, late in the game, Winans give it 4 runs. But, I mean, at that point, game was already over with anyway. But, you're giving up 12 runs, 9 runs. I mean, that's just not going to give your offense a chance. You scored 4, which, again, is, kind of like your average. So, okay, you're fine there. Nice to see Stanton, homer. It seems like he's been pretty comfortable at the plate. Even Volpe had 2 hits. What do you know? Also, this was Ryan McMahon's debut, got his first Yankee hit, and made some nice plays at third base. But other than that, it wasn't great. Again, due to, just the pitching, you just can't give up that many runs. So, obviously you lose the first 2, looking to, avoid, getting swept at home for the first time this season, and you hang on for a 4-3 win yesterday. And I thought Carlos Rodon pitched well, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts. The only thing was 3 homers allowed. Luckily those were all solo shots, and that's why you end up winning this game. Sure, you'd like to see him be a little more economical, but it was nice to see also that the bullpen and Jonathan Loaizaga, maybe some positive momentum. Maybe we don't need to do the Phantom IL stint, because obviously we need quality relievers. But he got 2 big outs there in the 6th inning, and then had Weaver, Hill, and Williams throw 3 perfect innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks. So, I mean, that's exactly what you want. So you needed this win in the worst way. Luckily, Toronto lost, so you're back down to 5.5. And you need more pitching performances like this if you're going to win games, and you're going to need it. Against Tampa, because, I think we can score against Tampa, but I don't think we're going to have like the 10, 11, 12-run games that we get from time to time. Your pitching, your bullpen's going to need to lock down. And this is a huge series with them. I mean, you can really kind of put the kiss of death on their season, because they've been struggling themselves. They have some guys that maybe they would look to trade. This is just a crucial point in the season. Obviously, without Judge is huge. Luckily, this is a very temporary situation. And like I said, I believe in the offense here. It's just going to come down to the pitching. And, you got Schlittler making his, 3rd career start tonight against Tampa. I love his arm, and I love that, it looked like it was a given we're going to have to trade him. Now it looks like it's a given that we're going to keep him. And I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table. Not an easy task offensively for us tonight. Rasmussen has pitched well this year. 2.93 ERA, 7-5. Not really a strikeout guy, 82 Ks and 95 in the third innings. But Tampa seems to always play us tough, but they're exactly 500, 53 and 53. So this is a series that a split is not good. You need 3. And really, given the atrocious baseball you've played for the roughly, I mean, it's a little less than this, but around 40 games, when you had a 7-game lead going into that stretch, you really need to impose your will here. So, your back's against the wall. You're hanging on by a thread in that top wild card spot, and you really want to get back in the division race. Sure, at the end of the year, you just need to be in the postseason, but you really feel like you should get back in this division race. And also, I think Toronto has been playing so well, recently that they're due to go in a swoon. So can you take advantage just like they took advantage of you when you had that 7-game lead and started to play some bad baseball? Are they going to, maybe lose 4 out of 5 and open things up in the East? We'll see. But, we only got a couple days here to the trade deadline. And I have heard really nothing in terms of who they're targeting at reliever. Have you heard anything at all, Dan?
No. I mean, there's just so much of nothing, I think. As Tony and I were saying earlier, teams waiting to see how the weekend went. Teams may even be seeing – there's only 3 games.
On Thursday.
Okay.
So teams might be waiting those other 3 games. Like Thursday could be a much busier day than it's been in previous years just because it lands on a down day for baseball.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough because obviously this has been, an extended stretch of just, horrible baseball. But at least I do feel like, the offense is going to give us enough. So I hope we can pitch well. And I like Schlittler against, this offense. So I think we're in good position, but, you just want to kind of strike early. And maybe also like just a lot of these wins, like, are just grind out wins. Maybe like, give us a couple run cushion here and not have it be so stressful. And then maybe that, it doesn't need to be a save situation, win this game 6-2, 7-3, do something like that. So hopefully we see that. And sure, going by how it's been, you don't have like a real positive feeling, but you do know there's a lot of games left. And it's just now is the time to get back in it. And, just position yourself as best as you can. So, we'll see what happens. And we'll talk about the specific game tonight in the pick segment. But I know Tony is elated to talk about the 7 straight wins for the New York Mets.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you definitely got to feel pretty good after this weekend. I mean,
oh yeah, dude.
I mean,
no, it's a great feeling.
Every time,
it's a great
dude,
feeling.
Every time. Having the 1.5 game lead, even though your buddies across town couldn't do you much good against the Phillies this weekend, you do still.
It's not gonna come easy.
No, certainly not, dude. It never does. But you do have a 1.5 game lead now for the division after this weekend. You're one of only 2 teams, I think, in the NL with 60 wins. So, I mean, right now, especially, obviously to start the weekend, Friday, the Gregory Soto trade, which was, not for nothing. I mean, I know his ERA was, around a 4, the Orioles, not being very competitive this year. He still was, a piece that was looked at by many teams, a bullpen piece specifically, just because of his velocity. And we'll get to his, debut as a Met or yesterday, I should say. But, Friday we started off here with a pretty emphatic win. The most runs scored actually all weekend. Totals just by the Mets by themselves, but you did get a Clay Holmes start, which, I guess was as Clay Holmes as what you've been getting, recently. 5 innings, 6 hits, but 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 Ks. We saw Nimmo here back at the top of the lineup, obviously. Everyone else has been the usual suspects. And the started off with Juan Soto, who grounded out to second, made it 1-0. They hit it started early and often against Logan Webb, which, I don't know. I mean, I guess for me was a little surprising. that he was, getting hit on so much. I mean, I know he's had some ups and downs this year, but, a 3.38 ERA, still, one of the better pieces, I think, from the Giants. I mean, I think a lot of what the Giants were going into this weekend, I should say, was, maybe lacking in the offense department at times, but their pitching has been pretty solid. And I think, to get 10 hits as a team, and to start hitting Logan Webb early first inning, that was great because you had Alonso hit a sac fly RBI, made it 2-1. Willie Adames, though, in the bottom of the first, grounds out to third, scoring Ramos, which made it 2-1. But then, top of the third here, your top half of the lineup starts to get going here. Lindor with a home run solo shot makes it 3-1. That was his 20th homer of the season. Obviously, as he was been slowly pulling himself out of his rut. And then after that, it seemed like fourth inning, runs tacking on, Taylor grounding out into a fielder's choice, but scoring Brett Beatty. Ronnie Mauricio to get throwing out at second. Alvarez moving to third there. And then with Nimmo up leading off the lineup, he singles, scores Alvarez and Taylor, makes it 6-1. So 2 RBI single for Nimmo. Which was great because at that point, like I said, it's fourth inning, it's 4-1, you're up by 6-1, you're up by 5, and it just seemed like your entire lineup was gelling kind of at the same time. Really, anyone other than Alonso, who I know did have the sac fly, but I think was hitless on Friday. But in any case, Clay Holmes, labors through, I guess. Maybe Mendoza looking, I guess to get more out of him in terms of eating up innings, but 5 innings, like I said, 104 was his pitch count. So, and it really wasn't necessarily that, he was, having problems with walking. I mean, there was only 1 walk, but it was just honestly like the Giants just hitting him a lot. I mean, 6 hits given up, a lot of 3-2 counts too. A lot of these Giants, Matt Chapman, Adames, obviously Devers, just like, you're talking about 9 pitch at bats.
How many?
Fouling 9, dude. Just fouling off pitches left and right. Obviously, Holmes goes for a lot of contact, so it just seemed like it wasn't really a great match. Brazoban comes in the 6th, goes through 1 inning, gives up 2 hits, but does get a strikeout to end the inning. You had Garcia, the former Yankee, come in, eat up 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. And then Castillo closed the game out, obviously, at that point. With Soto's single in the 9th, that made it 8-1. So the game seemed like it was, out of reach there for the Giants to start off, though, but a pretty emphatic win. I mentioned the top half of the lineup. You look at the box score. I mean, the top 3 guys account for 7 of the 10 team hits. I mentioned, Nimmo, Lindor, Soto, Alonso 0 for 4, but did have that sac fly RBI. And this is when this weekend, the bottom half of your lineup started heating up, and we'll get more to that. But Beatty, Alvarez, Mauricio, each with a hit. So that was nice to see. And speaking of them, moving on to Saturday, dude, the 2-1 victory for the Mets. Pearson start, vintage, basically, I guess. Again, I mean, the Giants lineup was hitting. There was some solid defense, behind Peterson, behind the starting pitchers. But obviously, Peterson, I guess just being a little bit more efficient with his pitches. Yes, 8 hits. But like I said, 6 innings pitched here, only 3 walks, I guess you could say, only 1 earned run, 4 Ks. And I mean, you look at this box score, I mean, obviously a much lower score, but I mean, almost just as many hits, 18 or 16, total hits, on Saturday. But only, a 3 total run here. And I was mentioning the top half of the lineup going pretty cold. Nimmo go 0 for 5, Lindor 1 for 4, Soto 0 for 4. So a little bit of up and down there. Obviously, you can see, the scoring disparity, between these 2 days with those top 3 guys not performing. But you're starting Marte back in the lineup here on Saturday. He goes 2 for 3, scoring once, on base with a walk. He's batting 2 right now. We'll probably get to his final stat after Sunday. But the bottom half of the lineup coming up clutch. Beatty, with a timely hit.
You need some water?
But then Mark Viento. I have a seltzer here, actually. I think I will take a little sip, dude.
Just want to make sure.
That was facetious, dude. But, Mark Viento's come up with a big hit here in the top of the 6th with the Mets down 1-0. Viento's RBI double, scoring Marte and Soto. And obviously that was the end of the scoring there. After Peterson, you had the bullpen, which was absolutely flawless through 3 innings. So 3 innings of Garrett, Stanek, and Diaz. 1 hit given up, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Diaz getting his 22nd save of the season. I think he's got the 8th most saves after Saturday in the league. And I said this the other day, too. I mean, I think as of the top 10 closers around the league, I think he has the 2nd lowest ERA at 1.51 right now. So, Diaz obviously having a great year, I know, which is pretty crazy because even though, and we'll get to Sunday too, because it was basically the same deal, kind of somewhat another lower-ish scoring game, but tight spot, Diaz, another save. But, it's crazy because he does come out and you still, almost kind of, your muscles tighten. Even with him, kind of out there on the mound, even with those numbers. But Sunday we'll get to it because obviously as many of the question marks, Brian, this season regarding pitching, Senga getting a start here, not exactly the start you need.
5. They should start calling him Mr. 5.
Honestly, they really should. You would think too, which I guess, the pitch count is getting higher. I think his last outing was maybe 78 pitches thrown. His first outing before that was like maybe 70. He threw 92, but again, only getting through 5 innings. Mendoza definitely expressed how he wants Senga to get through 6. Not happening. Big part because of that is because of the 5 walks he gave up. A lot of them coming, by the way, in the 4th and 5th innings. And Matt Chapman was definitely the player of the game here for the Giants. He had 2 home runs. First one came in the bottom of the 4th, which tied the game. But I was mentioning the bottom half of the lineup getting hot. Ronnie Mauricio with a double to right, scoring Alvarez in the very next inning, made it 2-1. They give the lead back, Brian. How? Another Matt Chapman homer. This is a 2-run blast, making it 3-2. Adames was in the bags. And that was the 2 home runs given up by Senga. So very unfortunate there. Mike and I were listening to this on the radio on the car ride home. So 3-2, kind of feel like wind out of the sails, but it's Ronnie Mauricio, dude, who comes up clutch yet again, dude. Absolutely ropes a homer, 400 feet in the cove, the canoe. They picked it up. Ronnie Mauricio has himself a day, dude. Gets his 5th homer of the season. Ended up going for 4 for 4 on the day.
Look out
with
for
a
Mauricio.
homer and 2 ribbies. And like I was saying, to the bottom half of the lineup, Alvarez getting on the bags, Mauricio bringing him in. I mean, it was a great night for that bottom half of the lineup. And then Nimmo in the 9th with an RBI double, tacks on 2 more runs after, the Juan Soto homer. Juan Soto getting his 25th home run of the season. That was great to see. He, obviously kind of bust open in terms of, getting the lead here. And the 9th inning, I mentioned Diaz gets himself into some trouble. 2 walks. The bases are loaded here, but then kind of battles back. I kind of forget who was it. Chapman? I'm pretty sure it was Chapman. He struck out in the 9th, actually. Gets back-to-back strikeouts. Adames, Chapman, who were, the Met killers this weekend, certainly, if you could say that. But, Chapman struck out a 99-mile-an-hour fastball to end the game. Diaz gets his 23rd save yesterday. And like Brian alluded to, 7 games in a row. You swept the Giants. Things feel good over there in Queens, no doubt. You're moving on. San Diego, this today, actually. Montas, Cease, hope for the bats, are hot. And then, I mentioned, Soto making his Met debut yesterday. And I'm sure going into yesterday, I'm sure Mendoza sat down with Soto, explained the situation. He knew, I'm sure, the standing of where the bullpen was coming in, high leverage situation, throwing gas, and just not really missing a beat. So that was, I think, a great debut from Soto. Seems like he's already paying dividends in only 1 game. But and to see Stanek and Garrett, who look pretty solid as well as Diaz. I mean, right now you're kind of feeling like you have 4 pieces in your bullpen you can trust right now. So that's great. Brooks Raley obviously throwing more and more each day too. So, I think things are looking up, and like we've obviously been talking about with every other team, I mean, there still is a lot of trade deadline to go here. So you got to feel pretty good right now. Obviously, 7-game win streak. Padres, they seem like a beatable team. If you can, score some runs on them early, that would probably be the name of the game today. Hopefully Montas. Again, I mean, a similar stance, I guess you are with Senga. let's try to get through 6 innings. We're not having any days off here. We're continuing this, West Coast trip before we come back, I think, to City for the Giants, I believe. But still, you don't want to, hit the ground running today. And you feel pretty good about that, dude.
Yeah. So there you go. It's like I said, important part of the season.
And I mentioned Marte. Marte's been, I think he's 13 for his last 22 at bats.
Wow.
I mean, he's just been absolutely on fire coming back from injury, picking up literally where he left off before he went to the injured list. So
I think the thing that stands out to me is Mauricio, because I feel like he struggled for a while. All of a sudden, 5 homers. It seems like he's really kind of heated up.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of pressure was put on him, not to mention when he was brought up, because you had a lot of obviously Beatty, who we knew already felt like he was underwhelming. Vientos coming into this year, so much expectations, very underwhelming. Obviously Alvarez, the injuries being sent down. So Mauricio was almost kind of looked to as, all right, you're the next young guy up who could hopefully spark something here. And I know maybe it's only 5 home runs. He's been a little bit ups and downs in terms of that lineup, but he's hitting up at the right time. And I feel like those 5 home runs have been coming in clutch spots. So,
you got to love it. Younger player, top prospect.
You want to see more of it, dude.
And it's interesting. I don't know who Evan Enhance is, but he says Cubs got Mackenzie Gore. I looked that up and I don't see anything on it other than rumors. But obviously, getting Mackenzie Gore, anybody, that would be tremendous. And I also saw something out there that the Yankees are expected to get either Kelly, Gallen, or Cease. How do you feel about that?
Oh, sorry.
I think that it depends on what the packages are, because all 3 guys are going to be free agents, and I don't think the Yankees probably don't re-sign any of them just because you have Cole for probably at least half next year. Heel, Rodon, Fried, Schlittler now. I don't really see them re-signing anyone, so it depends on what the package is. If they can do it for maybe like a Rock Riggio, Rafael Flores, and Carlos LaGrange, those are prospects that I know, but I'm good with that package.
I would this wouldn't happen, but I would love to do for any of those guys straight up Austin Wells. But I it's interesting though,
I feel like the player I trust most behind the dish though is Austin Wells. Escara shows that he has trouble throwing out runners, and Ben Rice just doesn't have the experience catching these major league guys. That to me, Austin Wells needs to be on this team because he's the defensive catcher.
But I don't know. All of a sudden I sound maybe that's just my cord. Are
you twirling it around again, dude?
But yeah, I don't know why. A lot of static. All right, I think.
Well, stop twirling it around so much.
No, I wasn't twirling it when it happened. Facetious.
I don't know, man.
But I don't know. I see from like a framing perspective and possibly blocking, but you really think throwing out. I guess no one has really done a good job on the team. But when I think of Wells, I feel like he hasn't really thrown out that many runners. No, stealing.
No, I don't. It's also tough because if you go and look at the stats, the way that they count it is if Max Fried picks off a guy and Austin Wells is catching, they'll give Austin Wells the credit for throwing him out.
Oh, okay.
So you can't. You have to go in and observe each play physically, but he's at least. I think for him though, it's about hitting the right spot on the throw. He doesn't always put it in a place where the Volpe, Jazz, or whoever else is at second or short can make the play. Whereas Escara, I feel, is always behind the throw. The throw is always slow.
Yeah, no, Escara. I would be fine just trading him too. Speaking of trading guys, I don't really see what he really brings to the table, right? Or
yeah, I don't see it. I think he really is just a placement holder until I want to say Rafael Flores is the catcher for the Yankees, but I don't know. I think he's a placeholder until they get a righty that they trust to at least split days with Wells.
And it's interesting too that you bring up Flores. I know he's done well this year, just got promoted to AAA. Was had an OPS of 841 at Somerset. I didn't realize he was a catcher and first baseman, so that's interesting. But yeah, just you feel like, a prospect like that be a little more exciting than Escara. I mean, I think he's a journeyman, and we know what he's going to be. Flores could be a pretty good hitter, so that's something interesting. And I see her Egg Flips and Co. says, "Let's go Yankees." And then what is Flip Jizz or what?
Flip what, dude?
That's you might as well just chop that one up now. What is that? Flip
eggs.
Oh, okay.
And it says LGM, by the way.
I didn't see that.
Just for the people that aren't maybe watching,
I've
just
never
listening.
said
it says Let's Go
that,
Mets.
and I didn't see that. Jason Pillis says, Ahmad Rosario MVP season coming, baby. Woo! So I'm guessing that would be a little facetious, Tony.
Jason's a Yankee fan.
No, but I'm saying,
he's
making fun of the proposition. But I was a little excited first because also I kind of liked Beater, but I guess in his few appearances, he hasn't done great. So I guess that's why they dealt him. And then, I heard maybe too that's because they're planning on having other relievers. We need to get rid of him anyway. So the more I think about it, and the more as sad as it sounds, I think he is a better option than Volpe. Mm-hmm. So I guess that'll be okay. But it is interesting with the starter. I just saw something else linking the Yankees to Gallen. Like, I would be okay with that, but if it's like Schlittler or really any prospect that I'm familiar with, I mean, I guess like you said, Riggio would be okay, but giving up any type of capital, I wouldn't really want to do that. I would rather put that capital towards the relievers. I think that's more important than the starters is the relievers.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just whatever you can get for the best value. Like, you've made 2 trades where you got rid of Brahm, Gonzalez, Martinez, and you just signed him out of a summer league.
Mm.
So being able to get rid of guys that aren't gonna have really an impact on this team probably for 2-3 years at the earliest, I think is good. So it fully depends on the package for whatever. And yeah, I just think starters, it's just, okay, you're getting another starter for what? To then put Warren and Schlittler in the bullpen because you like them more than you like any of these other guys, and you're trying to keep their pinch counts down as the year goes on. But I don't know. It's wait for what is the next move in the deadline. Maybe that's finally the linchpin that sets it all off.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope they do that soon. But for now, we got to go with what we have. And this is just such an important series with Tampa. And like I said, I know it's negative feeling right now. I mean, you liked at least picking up the W yesterday, and you just hope that this is the start of something. And even Boone was saying with talking Yanks the other day, they just haven't had a time really all season where they really have caught fire. So you got to hope that this is the time. So we'll have to see. And I know we're pretty close. I know,
dude. What?
No, I'm saying we're pretty close to the pick second inning, and I already lost anyway, probably. But anyway, I was just curious. Did you have it updated?
Yeah, I literally just updated.
And my double-digit games are under 500.
Yeah.
What's the record?
So you are at 103 and 117.
Oh my God.
I'm at 112 and 108.
Well, that's what happens when I think what was it, 37 games, Yankees 13 and 24. I mean, that's what happens, right? I mean, that's the 13. Think about that. I'm 5. I know got the over unders, but I'm 500 on all the other picks. Without those Yankee losses.
Yeah, literally. And obviously, we can get into the totals.
The that. I honestly really forget. I almost think it's my pick first. Do you remember it all? Or?
I am pretty certain it is going to be your pick first, actually.
All right. So let's strike up the music, Tony. Another edition of the MLB pick segment. Hirsch Law Firm 6-pack, Yankee Stadium. Drew Rasmussen versus Cam Schlittler. 705. Yankees minus 130. And the total is set at 8.5. Recent play. You look at it, and Tampa has lost 4 in a row, 4 to 5. Yankees have won 3 out of 5, not 3 out of 5, but 2 out of 5, and snapped a 3-game losing streak yesterday. And also, too, you look at the season series, they've actually, boy, this doesn't even seem right, but, Oh. All right, no, it was just weird the way that they had this. But Yankees, anyway, out of the 7 games, have won 4 of them. So they're 4-3 in the season series right now. But anyway, I think Schlittler has shown us some good stuff. 10 strikeouts, 10 in the 3rd inning so far, 4.35 ERA. That fastball touching 100, good with the off speed. You'd hope they could give him some length. I know that's kind of tough. I think their goal for him every time he comes to the mound is just get us through 5. We'll see what happens from there. Maybe he's economical. Maybe you can give him 6. But I could see this being Cam Schlittler. And I know he's already impressed so far, but kind of his coming out party here where he strikes out a dozen and over 6 innings. And I think no runs. I think 6 shutout innings. No, this isn't Citi Field, Tony. And strikes out a dozen. And I think the offense off Rasmussen early, often. Ben Rice, I'm going to say, hits a 4th inning 3-run homer. Yankees, I'm going to say, will win this one 6-2. Yankees and the under.
Yankees in the under. Sorry, had it written down for
Tony,
over. Going to the
about
under.
Citi Field.
Whoa.
We're not going to Citi Field, but we're going to Petco Park.
Dude. That's right, dude. Padres.
Creme de la
what's up?
creme
The
of
creme
Major League Baseball
de la
stadiums.
Creme, dude. I mean, it is.
It is.
Petco, Oracle as well before this,
Yes,
too. So,
yes.
obviously, Mets having a great time on this road trip, enjoying the views, the parks, the people. The Dylan Cease, dude, pitching here for the Padres, matchup against Frankie Montas. Obviously, I said before, Montas, another guy you're hoping to just eat up 6 innings starting off this series, right? First time this year these two teams are playing each other. We know about the history between them two even just recently. The Padres, I believe, splitting their 4-game set against the Cards this past weekend. And, of course, we know where the Mets are at right now, looking to make it 8 in a row. If I make a prediction right now, they're definitely going for 9 in a row. After the win tonight, Montas gets his 6 innings, 4 earned runs, though, couple of walks, getting into some trouble, maybe that 3rd time around the rotation. Obviously, a Rise, Bogarts, Tatis, dude. We know the usual suspects, Machado as well. So the offense will probably be there against Montas. But I think Dylan Cease gets a little popped up, too. His ERA is about a 5 his last 5 starts. 1 good start, if you want to say that. 5 1/3 innings pitched against Washington. 10 strikeouts. Obviously, the strikeout stuff could be there. But before that, Arizona, 6 innings, 6 earned runs. Philly, 6 innings, 4 earned runs. So you're getting the idea here. Also, 6 home runs. Is that 4? No, hold on. 4, 5, 8 home runs given up in his last 5 starts. The long ball, maybe Mauricio, another dinger. Maybe Soto, a dinger. Probably, obviously, Diaz off. We'll probably see Garrett. Who knows? Maybe we even see Gregory Soto, who's been known, obviously, to get a few saves during his career. And I say maybe he gets one tonight. Maybe not. I'm not going to say. It doesn't really matter, though. But I like Soto, I like Mauricio, all homering tonight. Dylan Cease gets knocked around a little bit. Mets go on to win this game. I'm going to say 7-4. Mets in the over 8 in a row. Let's go, dude.
All right. So speaking of, teams that have been hot and streaks that are due to end, you got the Blue Jays.
Who said what?
At Camden Yards, one of the creme de la creme ballparks across Major League Baseball. But yeah, Blue Jays way over their head, 3 out of 4 in Detroit. They're just due to not play some good baseball, and I think that's happening right now. Orioles have won 3 out of 4, so they've cleaned up their play despite being looked at as sellers for the deadline. I think they can win this game. And Zach Eflin, who they probably hoped if they were out of it, they could trade at the deadline, 6-5, 5-7-8. Probably not. More likely maybe to trade Charlie Morton. But anyway, I think he's due for a good outing. Give him 6 innings, 2 earned runs. And Chris Bassett, while he has pitched well, I could see him getting hammered just for this one. Camden Yards, this and that. Maybe he gives up 5 over 3 2/3 innings. And I think the Orioles will win this one in a slugfest, 12-8. So give me the Orioles and the over.
Orioles.
Probably the
over.
first time I've picked him in the pick segment.
Oh, definitely, actually. I could almost confidently say that. Speaking of the confidence, let's go to Cincinnati, where the confidence in the LA Dodgers have been waning over the past, 4 weeks, let's say. The team seemingly stuck hovering around the 60 win mark here. There's 61, I think, wins in the season. I guess the Dodgers here, who are now 6 games over 500, they're on a 4-game win streak, sweeping Tampa Bay this past weekend. I'm going to say Dodgers bounce back win here because of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who will be towing the slab tonight for the Dodgers, 7:10 p.m. You'll get his past few outings here. Past 5 starts, I guess 3 of them have been wins, and only 4 earned runs given up over those past 5 starts. Only 1 homer as well, keeping the ball in the park. Strikeout stuff has been there. Minnesota most recently 8 Ks over 5 innings. Before that, it was 7 Ks against the Giants over 7. 7 for 7. I like that number. Give me that tonight for Yamamoto. He goes 7 innings, 7 Ks. Dodgers score 7. Snap a 2-game losing streak because they just dropped 2-3 against Boston this past weekend. And Dodgers go 1-0 against the Reds. So give me Dodgers and the over. They win 7-3. Bang.
All right. And my last pick here, I think it's imperative in this series is why, but the Mets do well against the Padres because the Phillies have a cupcake series here in Chicago. The White Sox, and tonight might be the lock of all nights, and the money line is 225. I think it should be 925 because Christopher Sanchez getting the start here for the Phillies. 2.40 ERA, 9-2, 134 strikeouts, 124 innings, going up against Davis Martin, who's actually pitched well, given he's on the White Sox 2-8, but a 3.89. Not a strikeout guy though. 56 and 85 2/3 innings. I can see Schwarber, Harper, Turner all leaving the building. I think this is an over game. It's a laugher. And I say give me the Phillies winning this one 13-4. Phillies and the over.
Phillies in the over. Night of overs, I think, for everybody except me and my 3rd game. Last game. Here we go. We're going to L.A., dude. The other L.A. team, the Angels, taking on your Texas Rangers here. Jacob deGrom playing a video game out there. 10-2 in the season. 2.28 ERA. Giving up only 81 hits over 118 innings pitched with 122 strikeouts, dude. Does get into a little bit of trouble, I guess you could say, with the long ball. 14 homers in the season, but that's still really good. DeGrom, over under 8.5 here. I mean, Jacob deGrom, vintage, 8 innings, 1 earned run. Texas goes on to win this game. I don't know, dude. I guess Corey Seager gets his 16th homer of the season. I guess. Texas Rangers win 4-1. Rangers and the under.
Just like that. That is your 6-pack MLB pick segment. Hirsch Law Firm. All of that.
Yes.
So both teams won yesterday. Can that happen again? We will see later this evening, but let's strike the music back up, dude, for another edition of the Immaculate.
Where's the... Oh, there it is. Let's go. Yes,
and I got
dude.
2 good ones to start here. Interesting. The Mets, once again, I think we had them Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Friday. Or no, it was Friday.
Wednesday.
Or it was Wednesday. Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
It's funny how you actually knew that right on the button. I guess it just stands out to you. Mets on the grid. That type of thing. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course it does, dude. Is it not for you? Come on. What are we doing here? Is it not for you?
Speaking of the Mets, outfield 1 game, Gary Sheffield.
All right. No, I think that's good. Gary Sheffield,
that's
0.4,
great.
dude.
And then Cubs Giants, Jorge Soler.
Soler, bang.
Is it a Trevor Williams spot? Is there somebody else creative? Didn't Luke Voit play for both teams?
Luke Voit played for Washington? Sorry.
And he got bats in the
Confirmed?
majors for the Mets.
For the Mets, yes. I don't know.
Yes, no, he was part of the Soto
Nationals?
trade.
Okay, so let's do Voit.
The old back channels. No, it mustn't be that he was on the Nationals and didn't get the call to the majors because he definitely hit the majors.
I know he hit for the Mets, yeah.
But just got a back channel.
Why are we letting the Yankee fans choose the fucking Met column?
Hey, I gave you 2 good ones, Tony, and you couldn't even say, wait a second.
Well, because you came in with the void. I was like, all right, both of them, sure, dude.
All right. Well,
all right, everyone calm down here.
Let's not get
all right,
crazy.
Let's not get too crazy. Let me come back in here. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I gotta come
Ernie
in here.
shaking his head somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he is, dude. Okay, he really is.
Sheffield, Soler, you already know.
Hold on. Gary, Sheffield. Bang. Soler of the Jorge. Okay, dude. 1%. Sweet. I mean, Dom Smith played for the Nationals.
All right, do that.
He also played for the Giants, too, actually, right now. I should probably put Dominic. I wonder if it comes in. Dominic
There you
Smith. Bang, 1%.
Also, played outfield Cubs. Oh.
Kevin Pillar for Giants, Mets.
And I got to go on outfield Cubs, Juan Pierre.
Juan Pierre, bang, 1%.
1%, all right.
Nats, Cubs.
And then outfield outside the 50.
Yasiel Puig.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a name that pops
Be
up.
high.
You think so?
I don't know.
Then pick someone else. Andy Chavez, where's he from?
Andy Chavez.
All right.
No one's going to have that.
He's not from the U.S., right?
No way.
No way, right?
There we go.
0.5, dude.
Outside the 50 for the...
He also played for the Nationals, actually, too.
Oh, right.
Could've done
Nats
that.
and Giants.
Born outside. Who? Estrada, right, for the Giants?
Yes.
Oh.
Former Yankee.
Tahiro. Estrada.
Oswald. Peraza. All right. The 50 outside the 50 for the Nats. Even Expos too.
Yes.
Bartolo.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh.
Bartolo Colon.
2%.
Dude. All right. Everyone calm down.
And then the Cubs and the Expos. I don't know why this one.
Cubs, dude.
Josh Bell hasn't been a Cub.
Or
Josh Bell has not been a Cub.
what about LaTroy Hawkins? Was he on Washington?
I don't
Expos,
know.
Or that was the Twins? No help from the peanut gallery.
No, nothing right now, dude. JP, nothing. All right, hold on. Let's think about this, dude. Shit, dude. Moises Alou. He played for Washington, Montreal.
But that's, I feel like, gonna be high.
Real? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It feels like it should be so easy.
Pitcher, bullpen guy.
Trevor Williams wasn't on the Cubs, right?
I don't think so. Wait, no, probably not. Wait, what am I talking about? Trevor Williams was on the Cubs.
Definitely.
Yeah, because he came over in the trade with Baez for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Okay, as long as you know it. Jason Pillis says Schwarber, which I feel like could be high.
1,000.
Yeah. Wait. So Pete Crow Armstrong
got traded to the
For
Cubs
Trevor Williams
and
and
Javier
Javi
Baez.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that's it.
Right? Must be.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wait, not this one. Trevor Williams. Boom. So maybe later. 8.
What? Is
Let's
that?
go, dude. That's got to be definitely a record.
Wow. Kind of snuck
8.
up on us. I mean, you could talk about the back channels.
No, but that was your fault, not my fault. I got it 8.
No, we still got it.
We still got the 8, dude.
I wonder how many games Voit played in the minors with the Nationals, because I feel like it was a lot, honestly.
Look it up. Luke
I think
Voit.
he's in Mexico now, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I think he's over in Japan or Korea.
Oh, no,
now.
he is. The That's Japan. Cause Tanaka
last year he was in Mexico.
So
Okay.
hold on. So it says here that he has games played with Washington, but not the Mets.
So you screwed us up.
I'm pretty sure, but
he was Mets minor league. That has to be it.
I don't know.
I
dude.
knew he played for the Nats.
Yeah, I was like, I know he played.
Well, we all said he played for the Mets. Okay.
I did not. I said I
No.
knew he played for the
No,
Nats.
Dan didn't say it. He didn't
I
say
never
it.
said he played for the Mets.
But also, like, I don't know. Like, am I a crackhead, or I remember him? Like, I don't know. I thought we watched him together playing for the Mets. Like we talked about it when he was in the Mets organization.
Must have been Syracuse.
Must have been. Yeah, I guess so, dude. That's pretty outrageous. But in any case, dude, great job. 8 all around. Suck it, Ernie.
Yeah, Syracuse, by the way,
Ernie
14
suck it,
homers in 37 games, but then went to Milwaukee. Never played on the Mets.
That's kind of wild, dude. Kind of wild.
Luke Voigt, interesting. I don't know. I just always. By the way, in the Mexican League this year, so I guess he's playing in Japan, but he also played in the Mexican League. He hit .314 with 12 home runs, and it looks like he's played for 2 different teams in Japan.
Okay.
And mixed results, but he's only played like 19 games. But I always just thought he was someone that, I don't know, I guess he didn't have it, but it always seemed like he could be a really good player.
Yeah, it did seem like that. I mean, I feel like the bat was there, you know? I mean, he had the attitude, he had the build, like I said, the pop off the bat. I mean, and he wasn't terrible in the field, right? I mean, you know more than I guess. But...
He was great, but
you start him at shortstop over Volpe?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, that cup of coffee he had in 18th the Yankees, 39 games, hit 14 home runs, and slugged 689, Tony.
There we go.
And you kind of forget about it too. 19 and 20. He did have 21 and 22 home runs, and especially that 20 season, obviously shortened COVID. 22 home runs in 56 games. I mean, that was really good. And then I don't know, it just seemed to have gotten away from him after that.
And then you could never rely on him to start games back to back. He battled injuries, so that's why they had to trade for Rizzo, and then that was kind of the end for him.
Yeah, but just always seemed like a guy with potential. I mean, he's 35. Who knows? Maybe he'll figure out a way to get back to the majors. I mean, you never know. Opportunity is always popping up. Yeah, we'll see. But this is really the stretch run right now, honestly. And obviously they already got Soto, but anything else you're hearing with the Mets recently or trade was?
No, not this past weekend. I mean, I guess it's been a little quiet in terms of the trading ideas. But I guess like Danny said, I do think a lot of teams are going to be waiting until Thursday, to be honest. Just because they're going to be off, they can focus on it. Like, kind
of interesting. Seems like they're completely out of it, 16 games under. But the Braves traded for Fetty, which is interesting.
Well, the Cardinals had DFA'd him, so.
Oh, okay. So it's just kind of like
they just picked him up off of waivers, probably.
Boy, that's I'm surprised.
Kind of crazy, right?
Oh, but I guess he had a 5.22 ERA.
They DFA'd him on Thursday, I think. I think we talked about it on Thursday, right? Talked about it on Thursday.
Yeah, it was Thursday or Wednesday because I wasn't here when it came out.
You were not here. You were here.
No, I was here.
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Yeah,
Brian wasn't here, I don't think.
No, I wasn't. So that came out, and then also Seth Lugo re-signing with Kansas City. So I guess that takes him off the trade market. 2 years, $46 million. So probably, Kansas City figuring that even if they don't make the playoffs this year, they will need pitching going forward. And
right.
I don't know. I mean, he is 35 years old, but I think that's a bargain. I mean, his ERA is under 3 this year again.
Yeah, I would say so. Right? Like you said, ERA under 3. I mean, how do you not bargain? Is right.
Yeah, so
we'll have a good bargain.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of interesting. I guess really just in terms of trade murmurs, that's really all there is right now. I'm sure some stuff will come up as we move along. Just wanted to do bless you,
dude.
A quick Twitter check here just to see if there's anything additional.
Yeah, good call.
Doesn't look like it though, but I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple trades today that nobody sees coming. I know I'm putting you on the spot, Tony, but if you had to, who would you say you could, they could trade for anybody? Well, who would it be?
If I personally want to, or who I think the Mets are going to get? Like, if I
guess,
personally,
okay,
like,
who do you think they're going to get?
Who do I think?
Yeah.
Maybe Mullins, I guess. I can see them trying to go for more offense right now.
Yeah.
Who would I like, though? I mean, I feel like it'd be interesting to see, like, what. Well, I guess the Royals maybe aren't.
Waka?
Seth Wheel.
They did, because I was listening to MLB Network Radio, and they were saying that, like, while you would think it would take on the trade market, maybe it makes him even more valuable. But I don't know if he got a no trade clause. But I mean, you would think they could actually get a lot with that extension, though.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Versus an expiring deal.
Yeah.
I did see this earlier, and then I just saw it again here. Fireside Yankees. The Yankees have long liked Willie Castro, and they've discussed Taylor Walls, Jose Caballero, Hae-Sung Kim, and David Hamilton. But I just feel like you just got Rosario. So is there really even space for another player on the bench?
You never know with them. I mean,
well, I guess you're saying if you switch Peraza out, but then you still need to get rid of somebody when Judge comes back.
Yeah, maybe Escar is finally gonna go.
But then that would Rice as a backup catcher.
I know. It just makes no. Or maybe because you have now two guys that can play shortstop, that's you option Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, but just
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, just judging by how they usually do things. And I guess Castro was actually an all-star last year, but I don't know. I mean, he's 254, 10 homers, 27 steals. It doesn't really seem like, a guy that I would want to give a Bastards for. Another rental. He is only 28, but it's like, can we focus on the relief pitching?
There's been a lot of talks about who's that guy? Who's the pitcher from Miami? Cabrera? Edward Cabrera moving to different spots. I mean, I feel like that would be a good guy to get.
He's a starter, though?
He's been mostly starting this year, yeah. But I think I'm pretty sure Miami's using the bullpen as well. But I don't know about Alcantara, dude. Like, that's like such a huge gamble, I feel. No, I forget who was saying. Maybe it was Ernie, maybe it was Josh, maybe it was you, Brian. But they were saying how like they think Sandy is just at this point blown it to be traded.
Oh no, I want to say Ernie suggested that.
I want to say that too.
I don't think anybody in the major leagues does that.
I don't think so either, dude. I mean, this guy is a Cy Young Award winner. Like, you know.
But
come on.
You don't think, and maybe you'd say, well, I don't want it to be me, but you don't think that it's an opportunity for a team looking to pick up a starter, like where it's kind of worth the fact that the price, if you think about what it was coming into the year versus now, is so discounted, and you also have a guy who you have under contract for next season.
Yes.
That it would be worth doing.
Yeah, I guess so. But again, I mean, this guy's a Cy Young Award winner. I mean, if he was pitching really well to the best of his ability, there's still going to be a shit ton of interest in him, maybe even arguably more so. I mean, I guess you could argue your way too, Brian, that the fact that it does come at a discount. But I mean, is Sandy selling that to teams? Is Miami selling that to teams right now? Like, I would think that the interest, if he was pitching really well, would be just as high.
So,
right?
I mean, that being said, though, I mean, do you think that he gets moved?
I think he's getting moved, but I think he's a little cooked.
Really? You don't think there's any way that he's mid-threes, solid starter, middle of the rotation?
Maybe he goes to a new spot, couple good starts. But I don't know, man. I think he struggles, and I think postseason ineffective,
Yeah, I mean hard to argue. I mean, he's already 6'6".
Like, you can't tell me he comes in highest pressure, best people, to the hardest people to pitch against, and then he's thriving just like that. I mean, I just feel like that's unlikely.
Impossible question. Yeah, I feel like if I asked Doug to say, it's a good one. I got to think about that.
You like saying that? Hey, look at you.
Hey, good to see you again. Yeah. But who would you have more confidence in if you had to say, and I guess this would be kind of parlayed into like you'd be trading for them, Gallen or Alcantara?
I mean, are we talking similar package for both though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, dude. I mean, I guess maybe I'll go with Gallen.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's a tough question. That is really tough because I mean, like, I guess Gallen was okay through his postseason run with the Diamondbacks, right? So I mean, the lack of experience there, I guess. But Alcantara, I mean, I don't know. It's a flip of the coin, to be honest. But I guess I would go Gallen right now.
Yeah, I guess I would say the same. But either way, I mean, if it was a discounted price, it'd be interesting. So it'd be interesting to see if those guys get dealt. I mean, you think Gallen, especially because this is the last year of his deal, and Diamondbacks, don't appear to be going to the playoffs. It's a good opportunity because I think they'll get a lot for Suarez to really kind of reload. Now, Matthew Gillum, are we? And I might be saying that wrong, but are we familiar?
No, unfamiliar. He says Phillies interested trading for Luis Robert.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, do you want him on your team?
I mean, if it's not for much, yeah. If it's like a Ryan McMahon package, why not?
Yeah, I guess so. He also says Phillies are interested in trading for bullpen arms. Absolutely, as many other teams are, Matthew. And thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to the party.
If you're enjoying us here, and let us know also your fandom. You're mentioning Phillies. You're mentioning Yankees also. Trade for Merrill Kelly. And a couple of bullpen arms is what he thinks. I guess you'll say my Yankees. So there we go. That answers that question.
Yes.
He's a Yankee fan.
Merrill Kelly, I think that sounds good. And a couple of bullpen arms, I agree with that. And what I don't agree with is Kev Duke's comment. Hey, Kev, Mets are trash. So what's up? Yeah. Mic drop moment.
I can take it.
You can't at all. Literally the lead. No.
I mean, he can't. But
No,
I mean,
he
Mets aren't trash. Let's not get into that. But I mean, come on.
No. But you know what does piss me off? And listen, I'm equally guilty of this as well. But just from like talking to people from time to time, like the ups and downs of the baseball season, it's like, oh, so a team's doing really well. Then it's like, oh, I told you. And then when the opposite happens, same thing. And it's like, we see this all the time. Like there's a good stretches and bad stretches. Both teams have had good stretches. Both teams have bad stretches.
Yeah.
That's just part of the season. So there's no such thing as I told you until the season is over.
That's right.
So both teams are in, important division races, playoff races. So, I mean, a lot to be determined. It's going to be, right? I mean, I don't know how else to describe it other than to say that it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, I would say so. What was the word we used last week, too, besides fascinating?
Really? I didn't think there was another one.
You said something else.
I did.
Doesn't matter. Kev was laughing at least.
And then I think the Mets trade for Mitch Keller, Cedric Mullins, and bullpen arms. I feel like you're a little tight on Keller, Tony. What if it's not like a crazy package?
Hey, listen, if it's not a crazy package, again, like something like we got for Soto, that would be crazy,
Yeah.
Gregory Soto, that is.
Right.
Obviously. But I think Keller, is pitching tonight, I'm pretty sure, right? I think
so, yeah.
Either Mitch Keller's pitching tonight or Merrill Kelly's pitching tonight. One of them are pitching tonight.
If you had to say.
If I had to say, I feel like it's Mitch Keller.
All right, let's see.
Let's what we got.
Putting it to the test, and it is. I still don't
Mitch Keller.
Yeah, dude. Let's go, dude. So that's right, Matthew. But dude. I think that Alcantara gets straight to the Padres. Ozuna to the Rangers.
Alcantara to the Padres is interesting.
That is interesting.
Wasn't he originally the Padres?
I don't know. Was he?
No, I don't.
Cubs.
So.
Cubs.
Yeah, he was a Cubs prospect.
Yep. That's what it was.
I don't know. The Marlins trade everyone for everyone.
Alcantara 17 this year, 17 next year, $21 million club option in 27. $2 million buyout.
St. Louis Cardinals 2017.
And Cubs, maybe or maybe not. Maybe.
Looks like he was
minor and fall league
debut. Yep.
Go to minor and fall league. What do we got?
Give it a second. There it is. Cardinals.
Just the Cardinals. Okay.
Yeah. St. Louis. Miami.
And then also Matthew says, I think O'Hearn goes to the Giants. Why not?
Really?
He's having a pretty good year.
He is, dude. Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah.
Left-handed bat, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, pretty sure.
They have Rafi. So is Ryan. Like, are they just gonna take turns DHing and playing first?
Is Devers I mean, he has been their first baseman like all weekend. So I mean,
yeah. But also, right? I mean, I'm sure they would probably rather him at DH. I would imagine anyway, right?
But it's more about what he wants, though. What does he want?
I feel like he doesn't like fielding, like especially first base.
It's kind of crazy how like he's literally gone out and said like, yeah,
Hearn is the lefty, by the way.
I feel good about first base. I feel comfortable like playing first base now. Like, isn't it kind of?
He wants
like,
to stick it to the Red Sox.
He's really facetious, dude, is what it is.
And I hope Zach Gallen goes to Toronto because I could see him getting hammered there, Tony. Right?
I could see that as well. Yeah, dude. Kind of crazy that the Diamondbacks are kind of like dumping players. You know?
Yeah. But I think it makes sense because it's like I think this could really help them moving forward.
Oh no, it will.
Seems like it's like their backs are against the wall to make the playoffs.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. But it just felt like that they were going to be.
Corbin Burns changed things.
More competitive, yeah. No, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
But if we get all this action and sure a lot more, I mean, this is going to be literally nuts.
Thursday's going to be crazy, dude.
It's interesting because I had all along like wanted Felix Bautista, wanted Robertson. Obviously, he signed with the Phillies, and Bautista's on the injured list now. I mean, who do you think it is that we're going to get for reliever?
I don't know because you could always find someone in the rough. I mean, that's what they like to do. But, I mean, like, I'm not watching every team, so I don't know how other managers have used their bullpens because I also don't want someone that's had just as much usage as, like, Luke Weaver, Fernando Cruz have because that's not necessarily going to be what the Yankees need. Like, yeah, they need a quality guy, but they need a quality guy who's not dead.
Yeah. And a name that I've had for a while, and I know it would cost so much, but it would be awesome to get Mason Miller.
Yeah, I think the A's are still a little bit away from that just because I do think they expected to be a little better this year. I know John Fisher would have hated for them to be good this year. But I think extending Rooker, like they had to pay guys because of the LBPA, but overall they were expecting to have a better year, I think. And especially with Kurtz Nick and Tyler Soderstrom, Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler, Mason Miller. Like, you expected these guys to all take that next step or continue where they left off last year, and it's just been really disappointing if you're an Oakland A's fan.
Yeah. No, it is. Definitely is. So it'll be interesting. Matthew Gilliam going nuts here with the predictions. Donovan to the Dodgers, Lowe to the Giants, Will Castro to the Brewers. He's not going to the Yankees. That's great. Yandy Diaz and Suarez to the Reds. Wow. Helsley to the Yankees, I would love. That's the high velocity we need. And Bednar to Detroit. All makes sense. Pollock a little quiet. He must be down in the dumps.
Well, Detroit won yesterday, no?
Yeah, but they lost.
Yeah,
it was 3
to
Toronto. So
not great.
I'm pumped for this deadline. And I hope Yankees get some good pieces. So let's go. Other than that, I think that's where we're at. But definitely a great Monday show coming back with a vengeance from a busy weekend.
Yeah, baby.
And a big week ahead.
Huge.
So thank you to all who tuned in today. Tell their word to the Padres, okay? But thank you for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee and Jane Costa and the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees! And we'll see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.